Hello and welcome to this morning's lessons, which is expanding to brackets. So first of all, we're going to have a look at a little recap of this, which is just expanding single brackets. So we've got an example here. Don't worry about getting this one down. So we've got here x and then 2 plus y. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to times the x by the 2, which gives us 2x, and we're going to times the x by the y, which gives us xy. So that's the first one, that's that one done, but sometimes we get ones which are a little bit bigger than this. If you look at the one underneath, we've got two brackets here, so x plus 2 times x plus 3. Now, we're timesing each of the things in that first bracket by everything in that second bracket. So how do we go about doing this? Well, the best way to do it is to use basically find the area of each of these, or use the grid method. I prefer the grid method. I think it's the best way to use it to do this. So here we have two brackets here, one which is x plus y and one which is a plus b. We have the area of that first one, which is x plus y. So let's just show you how you do this. So here you have two brackets, x plus y. Again, don't get this one down because I'm going to get some more common examples down in a second. So this one here, and then we create our grid like so. And this one here is going to be x, this one here is y, this one here is a, and this one here is b. Notice I've just created this grid. We don't need, you can connect these up so you can see the area on that. You don't need to do that too much as long as you understand that you're finding the area of this. And the area of this one is going to be a times b, which is, a times x, which is ax, a times y, which is ay, b times x, which is bx, and b times y, which is by. So we've got all of these areas added together, and they're the same as the full area there. So ax plus ay plus bx plus by, like so. So let's have a little look at this question here. Now this one I am going to suggest that you get down in your notes as your first example. So let's get this one down as example 1. So here we've got example 1. So with example 1 we've got x plus 2 times by y plus 3. So I'm going to draw my grid out like so. And here we've got x and 2, and here we've got y and 3. So x times by y is xy. Y times by 2 is 2y. 3 times by x is 3x. And 3 times by 2 is 6. So that's the area of each of these, or the grid which is filled in. Now what we've got to do next is see if we can add these together. Now with these we can't add any of these together because we've got xy here, which is not the same as anything just with a y, which is not the same as anything with just with a 3, and it's not the same as this number on its own. So the way I'd write this is literally just xy plus 2y plus 3x plus 6. And that's the answer to that one. You don't need to do anything more with that. Okay, let's have a go at some other examples. So these next ones are the most common ones which will come up in your GCSEs. So here we've got our first one, which is, this is example 2 now. And we've got x plus 2 times by x plus 3. So when I'm doing this, I draw my grid first of all. I've got x and 2, x and 3. So x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So now we can simplify this. Now there are two things that we can simplify with this. The x squared won't go with anything. The 6 won't go with anything. But these here can be simplified. Because remember, we're adding all these areas together. So it's going to be, now you can either simplify it before. So 2x and the 3x is equal to 5x. Or it's always worth writing it out. So you can show the examiner what you're doing. So x squared plus the 2x here plus the 3x plus the 6x, and this is the part that we can simplify. So we end up with here, x squared plus 5x plus 6, like so. And that's the answer to that one. So let's have a look now at example 3. So example 3. Now with this one here, the next example on here is going to be x minus 1 and x plus 1. So again, we draw our grid out. Here we've got x minus 1, x and plus 1. X times by x is x squared. X times by minus 1 is minus x. 1 times by x is x. And 1 times by minus 1 is minus 1. Now the thing with this one here is, let's write them out first of all, because I think it's quicker, easier to see. So we've got x squared minus x plus x minus 1. Now it's always the negatives that make this a little bit harder. And when I'm simplifying this, here I've got minus 1x plus 1x. Okay, that's what this is, minus 1x plus the 1x. And with that, if I had minus 1 plus 1, that would be equal to 0. So minus x plus x is equal to 0. And you would just end up with this one here, which is this here, minus x plus x is equal to 0. So you just end up with x squared minus 1, like so. And that's the answer to that one. And that's because minus x plus x is equal to 1. You could think about it the other way around if you want. Plus x, take away x. If I've got an x and I take away an x, it's equal to 0. So this middle part is 0. So let's have a go at a few more. Let's get us used to them. So this next one's a little bit harder because we've got now the a 2 here, but still not that much difficult. Remember to get these examples down. The only way to learn maths is to do it. So this one here is example 4. So with this one here, we've got our bracket, first bracket, which is 2x minus 1 and x plus 2. So with this one here, we draw our grid out. Remember, this is representing the areas. We've got x minus 1 and x plus 2. So this is what makes it a little bit harder now, because x times 2x, well, x times x is x squared. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times minus 1 is minus x. 2 times 2x is equal to 4x. And 2 times minus 1 is equal to minus 2. So now when I simplify this, x squared minus x plus 4x minus 2. The thing that I'm simplifying is this middle part again. Remember that minus x means minus 1x. So what's minus 1x plus 4x? Well, that's always the hard part. It's all about where do I start? What am I doing? I'm starting at minus 1. I'm adding 4. So minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. There's the 4. So the answer to that is x squared plus 3x minus 2. And that's that one done. It's always those negatives which makes this a little bit trickier. Let's just show these, the ones we've done so far. So there's the simplified, there's the answer. Simplified, answer, simplified, answer. So let's have a go at this next one then. So here with this one, we have, this one here is example 5. So here we have 2x minus 2 and y plus 6. So with this one here, I draw out my grid. 2x minus 2, y, and 6. So 2x times by y is 2xy. There's nothing I can do with that, so I'll just leave it like that. Y times minus 2 is minus 2y. 6 times 2x is equal to 12x, and 6 times minus 2 is equal to minus 12. Now, with this one here, similar to the one we had before, there is nothing here we can simplify. So we've got the 2xy, the minus 2y, the plus 12x, and the minus 12. But because these x's and y's aren't the same, we can't bring them together. So we just literally leave that one like that. And I know it doesn't look nice. I know it doesn't look like something that you'd usually have, like a nice simple answer. But that there is the answer to that one. Okay. So let's have a go at, we've got 3 more to do. Make sure, again, you're getting all of these down in your notes. Really important to make sure that you're getting them down. So the only way to learn maths is to do it. So this next one here, this is example 6. I'm just taking you through the different types of questions which are going to come up here. So this is the next one. X minus 2 all squared. Now the common mistake with this is to square the x, so x squared, square minus 2, so plus 4, and then that's your answer, x squared plus 4. But actually, the problem here we have is that this should be x minus 2 times by the whole of x minus 2. So when I'm squaring it, I'm timesing everything by itself. So it's that times by that again. So with this one here, I draw my grid out. X minus 2, x minus 2. X times x is x squared. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. Minus 2 times x is minus 2x, the same. And minus 2 times minus 2, now be careful of that. Straight away when I see that minus and minus, I'm thinking minus times a minus is a positive value. Minus 2 times minus 2 is equal to positive 4. So here we have x squared minus 2x plus 4. Now we can simplify this because they're both just single, but just in terms of x. Now here, a lot of people think that because of the saying a minus times a minus is a positive, that here, because I've got 2 minuses, that must be positive 4x. But what's happening here is, where am I starting? What am I doing? So I'm starting at minus 2x, and I'm taking away another 2. So if I start at minus 2 and take away another 2, that's minus 4. So here I've got x squared minus 4x plus 4. And that's your answer there for that one. We've got a trickier one here, which is equal to this. Notice that there's 2 sets of brackets here. So here we've got 2 sets of brackets, and they're asking us to add these together. So what we've got to do with this is we work out that first bracket, then work out that second bracket, and then we can add them together, matching everything we've got. So this one here is example 7. So I've got x plus 2, x minus 5, plus x plus 4, and x minus 6. So let's do this first one here first. X and 2, x minus 5. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Minus 5 times x is equal to minus 5x. And minus 5 times 2 is equal to minus 10. Simplify it. X squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 10. The part I can simplify is this middle part. So what is 2 take away 5? 2x take away 5. Well, I'm starting at 2. I'm taking away 5. That's going to be minus 3x. Remember, where am I starting? What am I doing? I'm starting at at positive 2, and I'm taking away 5. So that's that first one done. Let's do this next one over here. So we have x and 4, x and minus 6. X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. Minus 6 times x is minus 6x, and minus 6 times positive 4 is equal to, well, 6 times 4 is equal to 24. Minus 6 times 4 is minus 24. So with this one here, let's bring all of these together. So it's going to be x squared plus 4x minus 6x minus 24. So 4 take away 6 is minus 2, x squared minus 2x minus 24. And remember, so we've done this one here, and we're adding these together. It says to add them. If it was a subtract, we need to minus all of these. So all of these symbols would change, but it's not, it's just an add. Okay, so what can I add together here? Well, the x squareds I can add together because they're the same term. Okay, so x squared plus x squared is 2x squared. Minus 3 plus minus 2. Well, if you're adding a negative, it's the same as subtracting. So minus 3, minus 2. So where am I starting? I'm starting at minus 3, and then I'm taking away another 2, which is equal to minus 5. And this one here, minus 10, minus 24. So I'm starting at minus 10, take away another 24. That's equal to minus 34. And that's that question done. So it's just that last little stage at the end where we are simplifying further for both of these together. So, there's the answers to those we did before. There is one more. Now, sometimes they do ask it as kind of an area question. So, the rectangle here is a height of 5x plus 1 and a width of 8x plus 5. What is the area in terms of x? Now, this is just exactly the same. They've just given you the box. Okay? Or given you the rectangle, should I say. So 8x plus 5, 5x plus 1. You can even split this up if you want. I should probably do it in the grid, actually. 5x, 1, 8x, and 5. 8 times 5 is 40x squared. 8 times 1 is 8x, 5 times 5 is 25x, and 5 times 1 is equal to 5. 40x squared plus 8x plus 25x plus 5. We can simplify these middle two here. So we end up with 40x squared plus 8 plus 25 is equal to 32x plus the 5. And that's that question done. Okay, let's have a go at some of these yourself. So here's some questions here. I'll make them big for you. Pause now and have a go at those questions. And I'm going to put the answers up for you now. There's some of those tricky ones that we did. There's the area one we did. We did have this one here as well, which is actually a solve one. This one here is really tough. That's why it's on this side. So the answer there is 3/2. And this one here, you've got to use Pythagoras. You've got to form an equation. And that one there is 9. Brilliant. Thanks for watching this lesson, which is expanding to brackets. Remember, the only way to learn maths is to do it, so make sure you are having a go at your maths and have a lovely day.